Now, before we get into algebraic division, let's remind ourselves about normal division. How many, we're doing 868 divided by 7. So how many 7s are there in 8? Well, the answer is 1. How do I know that? Because 1 times 7 is 7, and there's a remainder of 1. Now, it's very important that you understand these steps. So what have I done here? I said how many 7s in 8? 1. 1 times 7 is 7, and the remainder is 1. Then I'm going to bring that 6 down. Then I go through the whole process again. How many 7s are there in 16? Well, 2 7s are 14. 2 7s are 14. What's the remainder? 2. Then I bring down that 8 to here. How many 7s are there in 28? The answer is 4. 4 7s are 28. There's no remainder. So 868 divided by 7 equals 124. So now it's exactly the same with algebraic division. The only slight issue is that really all we're going to consider when we're dividing x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x plus 6, when we're dividing this by x minus 3, we're just going to be looking at the x, and the 3 will follow on afterwards. So what do you multiply x by to turn it into x cubed? Well, the answer is x squared. How do I know that? Because x squared times x minus 3 is x cubed minus 3x squared. Then I work out the remainder. There's no remainder here. That will always happen because that's how we chose it, to make sure there's no remainder here. What's 2x squared? Take away minus 3x squared. We're working out the remainder, so it's 2x squared, it's take away minus 3x squared, taken away a minus gives 5x squared. Then I bring down the minus 17x. Then I go through the whole process again. What do I times x by to turn it into 5x squared? The answer is 5x. It's plus 5x. 5x times x is 5x squared. And then the 3 just follows on, so it's 5x times all of this. 5x times x, yes, and then 5x times minus 3. So 5x times minus 3 is minus 15x. Then work out the remainder. 5x squared take away 5x squared is nothing. That will always happen. Minus 17x take away minus 15x is minus 17x plus 15x. Which is minus 2x. Then I bring down the plus 6. Finally, what do I times x by to turn it into minus 2x? That's minus 2. And then I times minus 2 by x minus 3, so that's minus 2x, add 6, and there's no remainder. So the answer is x squared plus 5x minus 2. So here's that answer written out. If I divided this cubic by x minus 3, I get x squared plus 5x minus 2. So another way of writing that is to say that this cubic expression equals x squared plus 5x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 3. Now, let's suppose that fx equals x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x plus 6. Therefore, fx equals x squared plus 5x minus 2 times x minus 3. What happens if I put 3 into that expression? Well, it's 9 plus 15 minus 2 multiplied by 0, because 3 minus 3 is 0. So f of 3 is 0. So by putting 3 into here, I've got 0, which means if I put 3 into here, I would get 0. And that's always going to happen when you've got a factor. X minus 3 is a factor. So this is an example of the factor theorem. So here is the factor theorem. It says if f of x is a polynomial. Now, before we go any further, what's a polynomial? A polynomial is simply an expression that involves x fourth or x cubed, or it doesn't have to be x fourth, it could be x to the 143, but it's not sine x or 2 to the x. They're not polynomials. So any expression that's got x to some power is a polynomial. So don't worry about the word polynomial. It's just a normal function like x squared plus 7x plus 12, which is my favourite polynomial. So if fx is a polynomial, it's a function with x to some power in it, and f of p equals 0, then x minus p is a factor of f of x. So this is the factor theorem. So let's put all this together. Here's an example. Show that x minus 1 is a factor of x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12. This is a polynomial. It's got powers of x. And then hence factorise the expression completely. So let's do this. Let's say let f of x equal this polynomial. If x minus 1 is a factor, then f of 1 should be 0. So let's put, that says now, f of 1 into this. It's 1 cubed plus 6 times 1 plus 5 minus 12 equals 0. So f of 1 equals 0, therefore x minus 1 is a factor. Because x minus 1 is a factor of x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12, it's going to divide into it exactly. So let's do some algebraic division. X into x cubed is x squared. Multiply x squared by all of that, it goes here. 6x squared, take away minus 1x squared, that's 7x squared. Bring down the 5x. What do you times x by to make 7x squared? That's 7. That's 7x. So that's 7x squared minus 7x. 5 take away minus 7 is plus 12. X into 12x is 12. Oh, look at that. Not exciting. It's x squared plus 7x plus 12. That's my favourite. So, therefore, x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12 equals x minus 1 times x squared plus 7x plus 12. And obviously, as you all know, x squared plus 7x plus 12 factorises to be x plus 3, x plus 4. Now that wasn't false excitement. I genuinely didn't know that this was going to be x squared plus 7x plus 12. And it's surprising what makes you happy when you see your favourite polynomial just popping up like that.